What's going on, guys? Firewolf Tech here, showing you guys the ZAGG Pro Keys with trackpad for the iPad 11-inch. This is for the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st generation, and it's also compatible for the iPad Air 5th and 4th generation, which is really cool. So on the top left of this case, we can see that it has a really nice 6.6 feet of drop protection. It does feature a trackpad, so this is basically a direct competitor for the Apple ZAGG Keyboard, which is $300, and this is basically half the price. This also offers a backlit laptop style keys, a detachable keyboard and case, features a lightweight design, and it works with Bluetooth. On the back here we have more details of the case. We can see how it basically detached off the case. You can see that it features backlit keyboard, has a trackpad, lightweight design, also offers a durable protection, and it has a really nice and unique Apple Pencil holder, which also works with the ZAGG Pro stylus as well. I don't have the Apple Pencil, so I can't really show you guys. Let's go ahead and open this up. So right on the inside we have more details of the case. We can see that it has special function keys. It's got multi-device pairing, adjustable stand, a magnetic closure, 7 color backlit keys, a long-lasting battery, and it has Type-C charging, which is really good since most devices nowadays have Type-C charging. Alright, so the first thing we're going to see is the nice keyboard over here. I don't know if the pictures don't do the color justice, but it does have a really green tone to it, like a very greenish gray tone. You know, in the pictures it looks black, but this is definitely more towards the green side now that I take a good look at it. You also get the actual case, a nice quick start guide, and they also supply a Type-C to Type-C cable, which is really cool. This is going to be used to charge the actual keyboard. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install the case first. So we're going to take the iPad and we're going to line it up, apply pressure on all 4 corners. Alright, now it snaps on. So let's take a look around the case first, starting with the bottom. And we can see really nice precision cutouts for the Type-C connector over here. We have another side, again, this nice indentation here. This is for the magnet on the actual case to put it on the stand. On the top we have a nice cutout for the microphone inputs, as well as an opening for our power button. On the other side we have nice rubberized buttons for the volume rocker, which is really cool. And then this is the actual Apple Pencil holder. And the back we have a really nice sleek design, very clean, with the ZAGG logo embroidered on the case as well. And then we have a nice raised bezel for the camera lens. We can see that it's raised very high, so you don't have to worry about your camera getting damaged. Now, while it looks like it was blocking all the speakers, we do see some cutouts up here for the actual speakers. So it's looking like the sound probably just, you know, passes through and directs the sound upwards. And taking a closer look at the keyboard, starting with the outside, it does have a really nice soft material, a lot softer than the actual case, which is really good since you're going to be touching this majority of the time. And on the inside, different material, but it's also nice and soft. We see the keyboard here has a really nice textured feedback, nice decently sized trackpad. You can see on the top row we have the dedicated function keys. And we have our standard QWERTY keyboard. Definitely a decent size for the 11-inch iPad Pro. I would assume the 12.9 version is probably even larger than this. So let's go ahead and put this on. So the good thing about this is that this is going to basically act like a magnet for this portion of the case so that it can magnetically attach and detach. Oops, got that the wrong way. You can see where the magnet meets the case. And then basically have one little insert over here, which is this thing over here. So this basically kind of like just magnetically attaches. And this is how it looks like when it's closed. Definitely adds a decent amount of size and a decent amount of bulk. It does add some weight to it too. But what you do get out of this is that it's definitely nicely protected all around, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, I see. Alright, so it looks like this case is definitely different than the version without the trackpad. So basically, to have this standing up, I guess you're gonna have to take the magnetic closure out and kind of like make it into a triangular piece here, so it can kind of like stay open. That way it can lean against the actual tablet itself. Definitely prefer the other design on the one without the trackpad, because at least with that one it gave us two different angles. But nonetheless, guys, this is basically how it looks with the keyboard. Now, since this works with Bluetooth and not with a smart connector on the back, we do have to connect the keyboard first. So to do that, I'm going to show you that real quick. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the Bluetooth settings here. And then when we press and hold the power button over here and then hold down the Bluetooth key, give that a few seconds, we can see the blue light indicator turn on and we can see the ZAGG Pro Keys on the actual Bluetooth connector. So we're just going to click on that and it should basically automatically connect. We're going to hit pair and automatically connects. And then if you have the battery widget, we can kind of see that on the widget app, you can see here on the top left, you can see the battery indicator, says the Bluetooth icon, and this is going to be for the Pro Keys. We can see that is pretty much a good 75% charged. So first things first, to basically make this stand up, we do have to make sure that this is on a triangle surface, just like this. Kind of make this into a triangle, and then you can basically apply pressure and it'll basically act as a stand. So I'm going to first lower down the brightness here so you can see what's happening on the screen itself. Alright, so it's a little bit darker here, but hopefully you guys can see what's on the screen. That way I can test out the keyboard here. So now that we know that it's connected, you can see here that we have number 1 and 2 with Bluetooth icons. This basically allows us to switch between different devices. So you can connect this to another iPad or any other device, maybe like your iPhone, for example, or even like a Mac Studio, or even like a Mac Mini or something like that. You'll be able to connect via Bluetooth. We do have a really nice dedicated function for home. So if I'm on an application, let's say in the Safari browser, you click on this button, it basically mimics swiping up. So if I double click this, you'll see the multitask menu. And we do have a dedicated key for that as well. You can click on this key over here and it basically pulls up all of the applications. Similar how you would do if you kind of just double click this, same thing. Takes us home, which is really cool. We have a dedicated lock screen button, so we click on this and it locks the iPad automatically, which is really cool. And we click on the home key to turn it on again, click it again, and then I'm just gonna type in my passcode here and it unlocks perfectly. And then this right here is to bring up the keyboard, the actual on-screen keyboard. This one, I'm not too sure what, I'm sorry, yeah, this one is for the keyboard. This one, I'm not too sure what this, I believe this is the language button here to change the language on the keyboard on the on-screen. And then we have dedicated buttons here for media control. This is to play, play, pause, back, forward, and then we have a dedicated mute. So if I click on that, automatically mutes the sound, and then I can also increase the volume and decrease dedicated keys, which is really cool. It saves from having to actually click on the buttons on top of here. And then we have the power button. This will shut off the actual ZAGG keyboard. Now this does have, dedicated backlit keys. To turn that on, we're gonna basically touch the function key and this button right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you here. So right here, we kind of see like a little sun icon over here. This is with the combination of the function key. This will turn on the backlit keyboard with different brightness levels, and then this is where you would use to change the actual color schemes using the function, and this button will cycle through the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and test that out. Function in this one. This is the brightest setting. It's really hard to tell from the camera, but if I kind of position it down, you can see the backlit on the bottom. And if I click it on again, it cycles through the different colors. You can see a really dark, probably purple bluish color. You can see a nice red color. This one's definitely purple. You got green, and basically you get the point here. It does come with backlit keyboards. It's not like the actual letters themselves illuminates. It's kind of like the surrounding keys will basically illuminate. That's basically how that shows up. Now, since this has a trackpad, let's go ahead and see how that looks like. Okay, so you can kind of see on the screen here, the little circular right over here. You can see how it basically traces and it shows off the actual touch points. Since this is a new feature from iPad OS, let's see if it features multi-gestures. It does. Using 2 fingers, I can switch between pages, and it does offer click support as well. It's not the most smoothest experience, but it definitely does take some time to get used to it. I will say that the Apple version is more smooth, but you know, something to get accustomed to. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on the Safari browser over here. So basically I have the Apple Magic Keyboard page basically displayed right over here. And we can see that this basically has a retail price of $300, and for half the price you do get, you know, basically the same functionality but for half the price. So definitely a really strong choice if you don't want to spend $300 on the Apple version. Let's go ahead and test this out. So if I hit Command T, it should open up a new tab. Let's see here, iPad Pro 11-inch. Keyboards feels really nice feedback. I do love the support for the trackpad. You can see here, if I kind of like use my 2 fingers, I can scroll up and down very seamlessly. Let's see if I can like zoom in. Yep, I can zoom in as well. It's a smaller trackpad, but it definitely does the job. Let me see if I use 3 fingers, see if that switches the application. Okay, yeah, it does. So definitely gotta, you know, get used to the actual trackpad itself, and the feedback you get when you click it definitely has a hard press. Let's see if I click on the right side if it does the, yep, it does a right click, which is really cool. And then to select is more on the left side. Okay, so definitely a great keyboard. Love the feedback that I get from the keys. Very easy to type on. Very easy to multitask. I can just click on this and basically hit home, lock the screen. There you go. Sorry about that. Probably took a couple of tries. I want to say it's 100% perfect, but you know, for half the price, I think this case is definitely a solid choice. But what I will say this, what I don't like about it though, is that you know, you kind of have to like do an extra step and kind of like make this into like a folio portion to kind of make the keyboard work. The other one without the trackpad offers, you know, extra slits here, and it's more seamless. This one kind of is a little bit more harder to do that. But that's pretty much the ZAGG Pro Keys with the trackpad for the iPad Pro 11-inch. I can't say I 100% love this case. I do like the protection aspect of this case. I do like how it's detachable. So if you have like your keyboard on, you can basically detach it very seamlessly, and then, you know, you're able to just, you know, use the iPad and still have protection on your iPad, which is very important. It's very different from the Apple Magic Keyboard, because once you take it off the, you know, the case, that's it. Your iPad is basically naked, and this provides a really good amount of protection of it. I just wish that they made it a little bit more seamless when it comes to putting the keyboard in different orientations, like the version without the trackpad. I believe that one's a lot better. But all in all, guys, if you're looking for, you know, a Magic Keyboard alternative, then the ZAGG Pro Keys is definitely one to check out. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys.